Hey, what's up guys, Beyond here, and for today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to get high kill games in any game mode on any platform on Fortnite Battle Royale. Alright guys, so first of all, in all Fortnite game modes such as solos, duos, and squads, the number one thing you want to remember is that you have to maintain your high ground and good positioning. If you're not sure how to do this, be sure to watch my last video on how to have good positioning and then come back and watch this video, as this video will not go over good positioning, but you must have good positioning in order to do the rest of the things in this video, so be sure to check that out. The second most important thing after good positioning in getting high kill games is knowing where to rotate on the map. Now, in order to have good rotations, you don't necessarily have to be skillful, you just have to have the knowledge of where to go during games. Now, right now, I'll tell you guys my top 2 favorite rotations in Fortnite, or actually top 3. I always like to land in tilted, retail, or lazy links, and there's this thing in Fortnite that I call the triangle of death. It is retail, tilted, and salty. Whenever you're going for high kill games, you always want to keep your rotations within those 3 game areas. Whether the storm is taking you towards tilted, salty, or retail, you always want to be in that general area. Now, generally what you want to do is land retail or tilted and then rotate to salty, as is towards the middle of the map. While you're rotating to salty, you always want to give Dusty Divot a quick look, as it has a lot of fights since it is directly in the middle of the map. And it's generally a pretty easy area to pick up kills due to the fact that Dusty has very low ground, and if you're attacking or pushing Dusty, it's very easy to maintain high ground as most of the players are in the divot and are below you. The third most important thing is staying alive during your games. Now, the problem with high kill games is you want to constantly rotate and fight people, but you also don't want to die or lose too much health. So, in order to combat this, I generally recommend taking at least 1 to 2 type of meds with you, either shields or medkits. I don't recommend bandages unless you don't have anything else. If you don't have anything, then definitely carry some bandages. But be sure to push fights aggressively when you have a lot of shields, and be sure to make very smart pushes when you don't have too much health, as that will be the sole reason that you will stay alive in a game. Because if you don't have too much health and you make a bad push, you will instantly die, and there will be no chance that you will finish the game with a good amount of kills. As you guys can see right here, I decided to run away from this guy and get back into the storm, as I knew that if I tried to fight him, I might die. And by doing this, I was able to get a nice snipe on that guy, get another snipe on his teammate, and then as his teammate ran out of the storm to come out, I got an easy finish on him, and I got a couple more kills off of people that were coming out of the storm with low damage. And that is a very good example of making smart plays in bad moments. Another thing you want to pay a lot of attention to in high kill games is you always want to push fights that are already happening. You always want to third-party duos and squads and solos when they're fighting. These are going to be your easiest and highest amount of kills that you can get in the shortest amount of time. And a lot of times when you're in the middle of a fight, you might get third-partied. What you always want to do is, if you're losing health, you should build a 1-by-1 and get the other 2 teams to fight each other. And as they're fighting, instead of you being the one who's third-partied, you jump in their fight and clean them up. And while they're fighting, if you're weak, you can always med up and wait for them to weaken each other. And as soon as you gain your health back, you can push them and get an easy kill. Another very important tip is, if you have a good amount of health and there's a lot of fighting going around you, make sure to be the person that has the highest point of high ground in that fight. You always want to be on top, and you always want to be the person that's shooting down on other players. Never ever give up your high ground in areas where there's more than 2 players that you're fighting. If you give up your high ground in these moments, you will almost definitely lose. As you can see at this point, I almost died to the storm, and I almost got collapsed upon by this duo, which was the last duo in the game, just because I had low ground. As soon as I got out of the storm, I started building up and taking my high ground back. And once I got my high ground back, I was able to easily take down the first guy and put some damage on the second guy. And this is a very good example of what I mean. Alright guys, that's all I'm going to be having in this video in terms of high kill game tips. Also, be sure to drop the Noble Spartan a subscribe on his YouTube channel, as he is the person who made me that amazing intro. And make sure to also check out Karas, or Jake, the guy who made me this video. He edited a lot of parts of it, and I edited some other parts, and I want to give a huge thanks to him as he's helped me do a lot of things, as well as getting me my cool new Avi, which is my profile picture and my rebrand. So I'd like to give him a quick shout out as he has been very helpful in redesigning my channel and my profile. So thank him very much, and I'll put his Twitter link in the description. Be sure to drop him a follow, as he has been an amazing person and a big help towards me growing in Fortnite. Alright guys, thank you for watching, and be sure to drop a like and subscribe.